Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast JS Cube. This is your host Janak Shah, and we also have.
Yeah, I'm Jiangyan. So today we have our special guest, Hannah. So Hannah, could you briefly introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm trying to think of what you want to know about me. Um, we just had a friendly passerby who apparently was in this class last summer. So a little bit about me is that I'm in the 2-year full-time MBA program, now in my second year. Before I came to business school, I practiced as a clinical provider. So I was an inpatient physical therapist for almost 7 years at Emory University Hospital, Midtown. So patients are my people. The elderly are my people, actually. They're my favorite people. Yeah.
Also, I think you are the only one have a doctor degree in our cohort, right?
Oh, maybe. I might be. So I have a doctor of physical therapy. I think we have some DPT MBA students, so they haven't begun practicing yet. But they will have a doctorate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you worked for 7 years, you have a doctorate degree. What really made you make that career switch and join a business school?
I think the biggest thing is that as clinical providers, we are disproportionately fueled by altruism, but that doesn't help you actually understand how to get projects that you care about greenlit or approved. And so there's a lot of work that requires you to have the financial
Yeah.
understanding, right? And there wasn't a way for me to get that experience in my clinical practice because, I have a full caseload. Where am I going to be working on a financial model or learning? And ultimately, my background's in public health. That's what I studied first. I wanted to be able to move beyond the hospital to work at a systemic level for health equity. So all of that requires learning the other side of healthcare. And then I think once coming here, I realized that there were just so many other ways to think about what equitable care means, because that could also be in the ESG space, equitable access to power and infrastructure, water, to have land that's taken good, like it's taken, what is it? Taken care of well by organizations. So yeah, I think that's expanded a lot.
So could you share some your summer internship experience? Yeah. And some audience may they want to apply for Emory, or you can give some advice.
Yeah. Where I interned this summer was at Medtronic. So they are the medtech company that invented pacemakers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what they're famous for. And my role was within corporate strategy in the Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence. And what that looked like for the summer work is that there's a pillar within the AICOE that is enterprise partnerships. So how do we, as like the largest medtech company in the world, move faster in our artificial intelligence R&D, right? Because when you're big, you go slow, but you need to go fast if it's AI. And I think there's like some popular sayings where it's just like as soon as you invent something, it's already obsolete because it moves that fast. We've made an improvement immediately. So enterprise partnerships allows us to kind of take some of our research out, partner with academic institutions or other institutions and entities, and do that work. And so my work was to look across the globe for funding opportunities, the right people to partner with, and then also to assess internally between all of our business units. We have 16 of them, what their current state of development is, where they're going, and what their needs are, so that we can draw a line between the partnerships we have, the projects that we can develop, and meet their need for things that go to market in the next 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. So after doing this business school, do you plan to go back to giving healthcare services, or do you intend to go into the corporate world? What is your plan after business school?
So I cannot really practice as a physical therapist. I'm going to keep my license up though. So I have 40 continuing ed hours I need to do in the next couple of months actually. But the goal is that get the corporate America experience and actually become much more proficient and fluent in the language of finance. That was my primary reason for exiting. Bedside care, not because I don't love my patients. I miss them all the time, actually. But ultimately, in 15 or 20 years, I would like to see myself have the opportunity to roll into a foundation or a nonprofit and be able to bring business discipline and rigor into that space, because they usually don't have the advantage of that. So I think that would be really, that's the life goal, and to bring myself back closer to direct patient impact. So even in med tech, our customer is the patient, but maybe I'm farther away on the other side of a spreadsheet. So I'd like to be in a place where it feels just more tangible with the impact that I have there. So I don't know what that looks like yet. I'm pretty open to the kinds of entities that could be.
Sounds very impressive. And for me, I always every time I talk to you, I say, oh, Mo, such an intelligent woman and speaking very logically.
Very nice.
Yeah. And also, could you tell us, what do you do in your free time? I know you study a lot, you have PhD, and now you're doing your MBA. So what do you do in your free time?
Oh, I really like reading cookbooks.
Oh, wow.
Okay, there's a reason though. Okay, there's a reason. So when I was younger, my family did not have a lot of money, and so the way that you travel is by reading, right? Like, I think we say that a lot. It's like your passport to many places. And one thing that I've always loved is the idea of being able to try foods from lots of places. But depending on where you live, your community may not have the restaurant or the people group to actually have the opportunity to do that. But you could read a cookbook.
So you are eating while
and
reading.
you can figure out how to cook it yourself. And these cookbooks have incredible stories in them from the authors because they're passionate about what they do. So that's like a random thing, but I love that as a mode of being able to understand people is through the flavors of their everyday life. So, yeah.
Well, I hope we are being invited to your dinner place soon enough, because after reading so many cookbooks, I'm sure you have got a lot of great food for us.
Yeah, I have one that's called Arabia. My Palestinian friend gave me that cookbook, so there's tons of recipes in there. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Waiting for that invitation. All right. So now you've been in America for almost 7-8 years.
So I was born in Dallas, Texas.
All
Yep.
right.
And
so
then
you were born in Florida.
So I was born in Dallas, Texas, and then my family moved to Tampa Bay when I was 10.
Oh.
Beautiful. Come on.
Yeah, and so Tampa Bay has a lot of Cuban and Greek community. And then from there I moved up to Atlanta for grad school and then worked, and then I'm in Atlanta in grad school again. So that was the third time around.
And also, I would like to know, because you said you have read a lot of cooking book and maybe you tried a lot of different food. So far, what is your favorite food? If you have to pick one.
And you have to feed that to us.
Well, there's what I really love to eat and then what I like to make for other people. But I think because I'm Taiwanese, I do really love like Taiwanese food because it's like home food. It's your home dish. So like lu rou fan.
lu rou fan.
Lu rou fan. It's like a braised pork dish. So that's why I have to adjust it so that I can feed all of my friends who may not eat pork. So I love that for myself. But I think like when I'm cooking and hosting people, I really like to braise meats. So this sounds so random, but I really like making beef bourguignon because it's a very like rich dish, but it's a slow cooked, like makes the house smell great before you arrive, right?
I could imagine.
Yeah, and then you can pair it with anything. So nothing like hyper elaborate, but I think when you're bringing people around the table, you want it to be not too chaotic. You want people to sit At least that's how I like. I don't like to be running around the kitchen. I like to do as much as I can before you arrive, or have you help me finish the meal, like cooking it.
Yeah.
So we're doing something all together.
Exactly.
So yeah, so
Impressive.
yeah.
That's really nice. And I'm really waiting for that invitation.
Yeah.
And Hannah, we also understand that you are a vice president of the GBA over here. So how has been your experience with that?
I've been learning a lot about change management. So in my role as EVP, some of the things that I look after are all of the clubs, which I know that we've talked about, International Business Association. And the way that I think about management of clubs is helping to influence the culture of GBS, right? I think that as a domestic student, what I've seen that we can grow in is having meaningful friendships and relationships between domestic and international students. I think a lot of times we naturally kind of go into our own parts, right?
Yeah.
We all like each other, but
Yeah.
we don't
Really
know.
each other.
Yeah. And so I think that there's a part where clubs can be a place where they're little mini communities where you can get to know each other a lot better, whether it's an affinity club or a function specific one. So some of the changes that I've made this year was to launch a very simple idea, which is make one calendar with every event on it so that everyone can see at the same time. Before we would send emails and you kind of have to, you get one-off invites. It's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of clubs would unintentionally schedule over themselves with other important events, I think,
Yeah.
and make people have to choose between two good things. So that was kind of my goal was everybody should be able to see all the good things that we have and not feel like they're unaware.
Yeah.
They're just I don't want there to be blind spots about all the different clubs, because maybe you didn't join in the beginning of the year, but you see on the calendar that they have these events and you're like, actually, maybe I want to join the International Business Association, you know, or go to the Diwali celebration, or just hang out, or whatever that might be. So that was a long answer.
So do you have any like hidden talents?
A hidden talent?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm double jointed. So what that means is, like, I'll do this to kids. I'll be like, thumbs up, thumbs down, or somewhere in the middle.
Oh, I can't do that.
I'm double jointed. Ah, he's double jointed too.
I'm not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, can you do this?
What am I doing?
No, I can't.
You're bending the
Yeah,
top,
the top. Like
only the top.
only the
Am
top.
I doing it?
No,
you're not.
No, you're not. See, mine, I can't do this well. I only can move like two, like the same time. Oh, that is cool. And also, see my thumb. My thumb is totally, I cannot bend my.
Yeah.
My thumb is only double jointed in that case.
I think because you guys have softer, joint. See, mine is totally, I cannot bend it.
Only
I'm
a soft
hypermobile.
and fit
I'm
as a
hypermobile. So I do that to scare kids because they're like, they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with your thumb? And I'm like, everything's fine. Yeah.
Halloween is coming, so it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be a
know.
great-
Yeah.
Well, towards the end, now you've been through such an amazing journey. You've been in US for so long. You have got such great dreams. If you were to say, pass on a message to 10 years older version of yourself from today, what is one message that you would like to deliver to her?
Honey, there, everything will be fine.
Hey, Anna from future. Yes, you.
That's a good question. And we had an activity when we were coming back with Dean Bryan about writing a letter. A letter to our future self, in 5 years. I think, like, part of the reminding of myself maybe in 10 years is like, you did this so that you could advance the experience of goodness for people on the planet, right? So if the allure of money or status or career is there at 10 years, to make sure that it's still aligned with that initial path, because I didn't leave because I dislike healthcare. You know, like, and I think that's different if you're leaving because it was a bad place for you. But if the goal is to deepen, like, to just make sure that I'm aligning continuously aligning with that. Especially a decade from now, it's quite a lot of time. So.
Well, that's a good message for yourself. All right, then that was Hannah Cho for you, everyone. We'll come back to you with more amazing guests. Keep looking out on the space.